Behold the wild spirit of rock's extravagant realm, the maestro of mayhem, AXL Rose, who unleashes pandemonium on stage, thrilling fans into a frenzy, and, yes, even painting them purple with his quirky microphone-tossing antics. Beneath that blazing voice and iconic shows, AXL Rose reigns as the eye of a storm of jaw-dropping controversies, tales of aggression, mistreatment of women, and sparking, full-blown riots. Yet, amid the uproar, AXL Rose rises boldly atop the mountain of stardom and wealth, unshaken and unapologetic. With a dazzling $200 million treasure chest, he lives a life of splendor, ruling as the undisputed monarch of rock and roll royalty. His career shines as a beacon of legendary triumph, though his private world swirls with tempestuous scandals that stun like thunder. Step into the opulent saga and uncover the most electrifying mysteries woven into the life of AXL Rose, the enduring icon of rock and roll. Imagine a young AXL Rose, stolen away by his own father, enduring unspeakable hardships in a childhood shadowed by sorrow. Emerging into the world as William Bruce Rose Jr. on February 6, 1962, in Lafayette, Indiana, AXL's existence was cloaked in heartbreak from his very first breath. His mother, Sharon, a tender 16 when he arrived, and his father, William Sr., just 20, stood at the dawn of parenthood. Yet, their fragile union crumbled when AXL was a mere 2 years old, setting the stage for a cascade of woes. Picture little William Bruce Rose Jr., snatched by his own flesh and blood, his biological father. More chilling still, whispers swirled that this man committed vile acts against his own son, leaving scars unseen before vanishing from the town. AXL was left wrestling with haunting wounds etched deep within his soul. Later, his mother found love again with Stephen L. Bailey, who gave AXL a new name, William Bruce Bailey, to carry forward. For 17 years, he lived believing Bailey was his true dad, until a shattering revelation tore through that illusion. His lost father, William Rose Sr., met a grim end, murdered in 1984. AXL's early years unfolded within the rigid embrace of Pentecostalism, where church bells summoned him 3 to 8 times weekly. Yet, in the midst of such stern boundaries, music became his sanctuary, his saving grace. At just 5, his voice soared through the church choir, and later, high school brought piano lessons and dreams. Alongside pals, he sparked a band, including a friend named Jeff Isbell, destined to shine as Izzy Stradlin, a cornerstone of Guns N' Roses. But as a teen, when the ugly truth of his roots and his wretched father crashed down, AXL's world spun into chaos. He claimed the name W. Rose, and a tide of troubles followed swiftly behind. Drunken antics, fights, wrecked property. AXL faced the law over 20 times, nearly branded a habitual offender by Lafayette's stern enforcers. With nowhere left to turn, in 1982, he gathered his courage, packed his dreams, and fled to the glittering promise of Los Angeles, where destiny awaited to crown him a titan. The journey from tragic past escape to rock and roll legend landing in LA, AXL carried only his ambition and a burning love for song. In that sprawling city, he dove into the gritty hard rock scene, strumming with outfits like Rapid Fire, Hollywood Rose, and LA Guns. To scrape by, he took odd gigs, even puffing marijuana for UCLA science studies at $8 an hour. Then, in March 1985, Guns N' Roses took flight, heralding the birth of a rock legend that would echo through time. Within months, their raw energy caught the ears of big labels, carving a path to glory. By December, a 4-song EP burst forth, igniting the fuse of a musical dynasty. Guns N' Roses soared in the late 80s and early 90s, a force unstoppable. In 1987, their first album, Appetite for Destruction, erupted, seizing the world with nearly 30 million copies sold, a debut still unrivaled in U.S. history. Anthems like Sweet Child O' Mine, Welcome to the Jungle, and Paradise City became the heartbeat of rock and roll, electrifying fans globally. Triumph piled upon triumph. In 1991, they unleashed Use Your Illusion 1 and 2 on the same day, storming charts worldwide. Together, those albums moved 35 million copies, forging an empire of sound. To this day, Guns N' Roses boasts over 100 million records sold, a testament to their colossal reign. Though he's stepped back into privacy since the late 90s, AXL remains the unbroken spirit of Guns N' Roses, its sole constant from the start. In 2012, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame beckoned, but AXL stunned all by shunning the spotlight, stirring waves of debate. In 2016, he dazzled anew, stepping in as AC/DC's frontman, filling Brian Johnson's shoes for a roaring tour. From June 2017 to June 2018, AXL raked in $20 million, largely from the Not in This Lifetime tour, a juggernaut hauling in over $430 million, among history's richest. Guns N' Roses earned their Hall of Fame stripes in 2012. Beyond his sonic conquests, AXL unveiled the enigmatic Chinese Democracy album, a riddle to fans. In the early 90s, he embraced homeopathy, a fringe healing art shunned by science, convinced it could mend body and mind. He didn't stop there, diving into past life regression, a hypnotic quest to unearth old souls and heal today's pain. His mystic leanings shaped his craft, too. For Chinese Democracy, he enlisted a psychic to sift through staff photos, reading their energies to choose the worthy. It revealed AXL's faith in more than skill, trusting the unseen vibes of those around him. These quirks mirror the intricate tapestry of AXL Rose's mind and days, a rock giant, defiant on stage, yet woven with odd, wondrous threads of belief. With a voice that mesmerizes, vast in range, and a stage presence both fiery and wild, AXL Rose stands as a living legend of rock's pantheon. After years of relentless passion, he's amassed a $200 million fortune, a dazzling sum fit for his towering fame and gifts. Among Guns N' Roses, he reigns as the wealthiest. AXL now savors a secluded, lavish life, nestled in Malibu, home to America's priciest shores, basking in serene luxury. Stunning Malibu retreat, valued at $4.2 million. Back in 1992, AXL Rose invested roughly $3.6 million to claim a breathtaking estate in Malibu, spanning an impressive 4,333 square feet. This haven boasts 3 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms. Crafted as a serene getaway, it offers him a chance to slip away from the glare of fame. The estate's crown jewel is its enviable spot, nestled on a hillside gazing out over Malibu and the vast Pacific Ocean, presenting a breathtaking vista that feels like a living masterpiece. AXL's bedroom, thoughtfully chosen, features expansive glass windows, gifting him a daily front-row seat to the ocean's splendor each morning. Step inside, and you're enveloped by an air of elegance, a touch of yesterday, yet unmistakably rock-infused in every corner. The grand arched hallway at the entrance ushers you into a sweeping living area crowned with lofty ceilings. Rich wood paneling, a hallmark of bold 90s flair, adds a layer of refined charm. The living room exudes warmth and timeless luxury, a cozy retreat. Unlike the sprawling dining setups of other celebrities, Axl opted for an intimate, inviting nook, perfect for gathering his nearest and dearest. Plus, a sleek gym equipped with top-tier gear ensures he can stay fit without ever leaving home. Venture outside, and the Malibu gem unveils its tranquil grandeur. A sprawling pool sits at the heart of a verdant garden, crafting an oasis of calm. Adjacent lies a striking bar, rumored to have hosted Axl's legendary parties in his Guns N' Roses heyday. Nearby, a hot tub beckons, a perfect spot for unwinding after endless hours of creating and performing. A remarkable tale from 2008 lights up the lore of Axl's mansion. As a fierce wildfire roared through Malibu at dawn, endangering homes, including his own, Axl's courage shone. Not only did he safeguard his sanctuary, but he leapt to aid a neighbor. Learning their house was at risk while they were away, he smashed through their gate, clearing a path for firefighters. He even hosed down the property himself to halt the flames' advance. A heroic act that won hearts far and wide. Axl Rose isn't just a music icon with prime property. He's a man consumed by a fiery love for cars. His garage isn't merely storage. It's a showcase of jaw-dropping supercars, a testament to his rock star swagger and refined taste. Brace yourself. This lineup is a wealth of automotive wonder. Axl's prized ride, the $2 million Porsche Carrera GT. This German marvel, one of Porsche's rarest gems, saw just 1,270 units crafted. With a 5.7-liter 510 pumping out 612 horsepower, it rockets from 0 to 60 miles per hour in a mere 3.5 seconds. Axl was captivated by its untamed energy, a beast as magnetic and bold as his stage presence, blending sleek aerodynamics, a feather-light carbon fiber frame, and fierce carbon ceramic brakes for a race-ready thrill. Not to be outdone, another of Axl's treasures will leave you speechless. The $845,000 Porsche 918 Spyder stands as a pinnacle of tomorrow's tech. A hybrid titan, it merges a 4.6-liter V8 with dual electric motors, unleashing 887 horsepower. It blasts from 0 to 62 miles per hour in just 2.6 seconds, outpacing even the Carrera GT. Axl cherishes its blend of velocity and innovation, a forward thinker's dream that hums in electric silence yet roars with might. Only 918 exist, making it a rare jewel in his crown. But the true stunner in Axl's garage is a car of astronomical worth. Ferrari Enzo, the king of Ferrari, at $3.5 million. No car lover like Axl could resist the $3.5 million Ferrari Enzo, a tribute to its visionary founder, Enzo Ferrari. Fueled by a 6.0-liter V12 churning out 660 horsepower, it surges from 0 to 62 miles per hour in 3.1 seconds. Its F1-inspired lines deliver blistering speed and razor-sharp aerodynamics, hugging the road at over 217 miles per hour. Axl's Enzo dazzles in classic Ferrari Rosso Corsa Red, paired with a lush leather interior. Luxury meets ferocity. One of just 400 made, it's a treasure beyond price in his collection. Axl's passion shines in bold, opulent, and elite sports cars. Which of his rides catches your eye? He's not just a rock titan, he's a devoted gearhead too. Beyond his riches and flair, Axl Rose reigns as one of rock's most untamed and defiant souls. Known for his clashes, wild words, a life of mystery and excess, and a spirit that defies prediction. Axl Rose's untamed rock bad boy. Existence from his earliest days, Axl Rose has epitomized the reckless, free-spirited, and audacious essence of rock's wild frontier. His fiery temper, bold declarations, and towering self-assurance cement him as one of music's most enigmatic and unpredictable forces. Axl Rose transcended the role of a mere vocalist. He was a force of nature, primed to ignite at any second. He'd smash up stages, spar with crowds, and storm off mid-show if anything fell short of his vision. A relentless perfectionist, Axl once held Guns N' Roses captive for hours, tweaking sound or lights to his exacting standards. This meticulousness ruffled feathers, yet it forged the myth of a rocker who bowed to no one. Axl Rose thrives on defiance, charting his own course no matter the uproar it sparks. Controversy swirls around him, yet he stands unapologetic, declaring, "I follow my own rules. If that bothers you, that's your burden, not mine." While many rock icons parade their opulence, Axl Rose guards his private world with a quiet mystique. Unlike his flashy peers, he retreats into solitude, surfacing only when the moment demands it. Axl Rose wasn't just a voice. He was a whirlwind of raw energy unleashed on stage. Bounding tirelessly, leaping and twirling with a tempest's fury, he commanded every inch of the spotlight. His voice, spanning an astonishing 6 octaves, flowed from gravelly depths to soaring, electrifying shrieks, whipping crowds into a frenzy. Picture him in his signature look: sleek leather pants, headband, shades, a leather jacket, and a shirt knotted at his waist. A style so iconic it reshaped street trends and fueled generations of rock fashion. A true rogue of rock, Axl Rose is famed for epic bashes brimming with potent drinks and stunning women. His all-night ragers drew Hollywood's elite, top stars and glamorous models alike. He's romanced a parade of famous beauties, ignited fleeting passions, wedded and parted ways. Whirlwind romance with Erin Everly. In 1986, Axl crossed paths with Erin Everly, daughter of music legend Don Everly, sparking a love both fiery and turbulent. She became his muse, inspiring the timeless 1987 anthem Sweet Child O' Mine, a rock ballad for the ages. Yet, fierce love couldn't promise forever. They tied the knot in Las Vegas in 1990, only to unravel in under a year. Clashes and ceaseless quarrels drove them apart. A brief reconciliation flickered, but Erin walked away after one final rule, annulling their union in January 1991. Years later, in 1994, she sued, alleging physical and emotional torment, a case settled quietly out of court. Destined affair with supermodel Stephanie Seymour, betrothed yet broken. Fresh from Erin's departure, Axl fell hard for Stephanie Seymour, a 90s supermodel queen who starred as his bride in Guns N' Roses' epic videos Don't Cry and November Rain. Their romance bloomed into a 1992 engagement, hinting at a fairy tale finish. But true to rock's tempestuous script, it crashed in 1993 amid blazing disputes. Post-Stephanie, Axl's love life slipped into the shadows. Whispers linked him to countless stunners in showbiz, though he never confirmed a single one. Even tales of a fling with Lana Del Rey floated by, unverified. Beyond his tangled heart, Axl Rose's defiant, untethered ways have birthed endless uproar and stunning headlines. Lawsuits, brawls, and outrageous quips paint his life as a cinematic roller coaster of drama. Axl Rose, accused of assault by ex-model Sheila Kennedy. In November 2023, Sheila Kennedy, a former model, leveled a chilling claim against Guns N' Roses frontman, alleging a brutal sexual assault from 1989, 3 decades prior. She recounted a savage attack in a New York hotel room the night they met. She, 26, and he, 27. Per the lawsuit, Cited by Rolling Stone, Kennedy met Rose at a nightclub where he lured her to his hotel suite for a party, snubbing her friend for not being hot enough. She apologized to her companion and returned alone. There, Rose plied her with cocaine and booze before, she claims, turning violent. Kennedy described a harrowing ordeal that left scars lingering for years, though fear for her career silenced her then. Axel has neither acknowledged nor addressed the accusation. With the incident buried 30-plus years in the past, evidence is thin, and the furor faded without prosecution. Picture this. Fueled by a fiery, unpredictable spirit, Axl Rose unleashed chaos so intense it birthed riots, leaving scores wounded and summoning law enforcement right to the stage. Riverport chaos leaves 60 hurt in St. Louis. On July 2, 1991, Guns N' Roses took the Riverport Amphitheater in St. Louis, Missouri, by storm, rocking over 20,000 souls. What began as a night of music spiraled into one of the darkest riots ever etched in rock's wild tale. Midway through Rocket Queen, Axl's eyes caught a fan filming, a forbidden act in that era's concert code. He waved for security to snag the camera, but their sluggish response lit his fuse. In a flash, Axl dove into the crowd, charged the fan, landed a punch, and seized the device before guards hauled him back. Storming the stage, he roared into the mic, "Thanks to the lousy security, I'm done, heading home." He flung the microphone down and vanished, halting the show in its tracks. His exit ignited fury in the 20,000-strong throng. Fans surged the stage, smashing amps and instruments in a tidal wave of rage. Outmatched, on-site security faltered, calling in St. Louis police. With tear gas, batons, and riot teams, they battled the chaos. Over 60 injured, cars torched, and property razed. Aftermath saw St. Louis slap Axl with an arrest warrant for disorderly conduct and inciting mayhem, but he slipped out of Missouri's grasp. A year on, July 12, 1992, he touched down at JFK Airport and was nabbed. Convicted of vandalism and assault, he dodged jail with a suspended sentence and a $50,000 gift to local causes. The band faced a saint, Louis ban lasting over a decade, only lifting when Axl returned triumphantly in 2017. When Use Your Illusion, Why and Du Sakuru dropped, a cheeky "Fuck you St. Louis" graced the liner notes. A year later, Axl sparked yet another explosive uproar elsewhere. On August 8, 1992, Guns N' Roses joined Metallica at Montreal's Olympic Stadium for a blazing co-headline gig. Metallica kicked off with gusto until disaster struck. Frontman James Hetfield's hand was seared by onstage pyrotechnics. Promoters banked on Guns N' Roses, stretching their set to salvage the night and soothe the crowd's sting. But the plot twisted into something far uglier. Guns N' Roses were slated to follow Metallica's exit, yet they lagged over 3 hours, stoking the crowd's simmering unrest. At last, they hit the stage, but mere songs in, Axl griped about shoddy sound, insisting the speakers sabotaged his art. It peaked when he ditched the mic, citing a sore throat, and bolted, cutting the night short. His abrupt departure, hot on Metallica's heels, poured gasoline on the crowd's frustration, unleashing a tidal wave of fury. Thousands rampaged. 2,000 rioters trashed police cars, toppled streetlights, and left a trail of destruction. Montreal's finest rolled out riot squads, wielding tear gas and batons to tame the madness. Dozens were cuffed, many hurt, and damages soared into millions. The fallout barred Guns N' Roses from Montreal for years, branding Axl a pariah in rock's pantheon. Fans turned their backs, boycotting him, and the tour bled cash in the scandal's wake. Axl Rose also unsettles fans with a perilous quirk of his own. Mic-throwing mishaps harm fans. For 3 decades, Axl's ritual of tossing his microphone into the crowd post-show, a keepsake for a fortunate fan, defined his flair. Yet, at Adelaide Oval Stadium in Australia on November 29, 2022, that toss struck a woman, leaving her with twin black eyes and a world of pain. Nearby fans rushed to her aid as she reeled, dazed from the mic's full brunt. When the story broke, Axl spoke out, insisting he never meant harm. "Our hearts don't wish injury on any fan after this." He vowed to retire the habit for good. Axl Rose remains a lightning rod of contention. Even within Guns N' Roses, this rock bad boy clashed with bandmates. The epic showdown between Axl's commanding voice and Slash's virtuoso strings didn't just shatter the classic lineup. It carved one of rock's most storied rifts. Clash with Slash, the 23-year feud that splintered Guns N' Roses, born in 1985. Guns N' Roses skyrocketed with Appetite for Destruction in 1987, hoisting Axl and Slash to rock's summit. Tensions flared as Axl seized the reins, strong-arming a contract that handed him the Guns N' Roses name, a move that infuriated Slash and the crew. By 1995, Slash walked away, fed up with Axl's iron grip. Post-Slash, Axl kept the GNR flame alive, but the new roster couldn't recapture the old magic. For over 2 decades, he and Slash severed ties, trading barbs in public. Axl once sneered, "Slash is a cancer to Guns N' Roses." Then, in 2016, after 20-plus years of bad blood, they stunned the world with a truce. The classic lineup reunited for the Not in This Lifetime tour, raking in over $500 million, one of history's grandest hauls. Izzy Stradlin, a founding pillar, bailed in 1991, citing Axl's control-freak ways and chronic tardiness to gigs. Drummer Steven Adler, another original, saw his star dim amid drug woes, clashing with Axl until he was ousted. Adler pointed the finger at Axl for his exit. Infighting tore at Guns N' Roses' core, tragically unraveling a titan of rock. Imagine Axl Rose, a man celebrated not just for his defiant nature, but for words that ripple through the crowd, stirring shock and awe. He's hurled barbs at peers, taken swings at the press, and even aimed sharp jabs at President Trump. Axl Rose's bold outbursts, where bad boy rock fears no boundary lyrics, stirring debate, the LGBT clash. In 1988, Guns N' Roses unleashed One in a Million, where Axl's voice carried biting words about the LGBT community. The line, "Immigrants and faggots, they make no sense to me," sparked a firestorm. Critics pounced, but Axl stood tall, unyielding, proclaiming, "I pour my heart into my words. If it's not your tune, just turn it off." Years later, he softened, owning the misstep, and retired the song from his stage. Taking on Trump, Axl's boldness isn't confined to his melodies. He's fearless in the political arena, too. When Donald Trump rose to America's helm, Axl fired off critiques via Twitter, swearing off any gigs tied to Trump's world. Snubbing the Hall of Fame. In 2012, Guns N' Roses earned a spot in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, yet Axl turned his back on the honor. He penned a fiery open letter saying, "I don't crave their praise. If it means that much to someone else, they can have it. I'm not fussed." This split his fans. Some cheered his stand, while others saw it as a haughty slap to the band's legacy. Axl Rose. Today, Axl Rose, the soulful voice of Guns N' Roses, hit 63 on February 6, 2025. He's still rocking the world with the band, touring far and wide, with 2025 dates on the horizon. His star shines bright. Rolling Stone placed him 134th among the 200 greatest singers, and Billboard crowned him 10th in their top 50 rock vocalists. Through life's storms, Axl's devotion to his craft endures, leaving an everlasting echo in fans' hearts globally. Axl Rose. More than a voice, a cultural titan. Axl isn't just a rock legend. He's a force that sculpted culture across countless realms. He's etched a bold mark, ignited a generation, and built a legacy that time can't erase. Musical fire, the rebel spark that shaped an era. Leading Guns N' Roses, Axl ushered in rock's golden days with anthems like Sweet Child O' Mine, Welcome to the Jungle, and November Rain. His 5-octave voice roared like a tempest, untamed yet tender, fierce yet soulful. With electrifying shows, heartfelt delivery, and brazen swagger, he became rebellion's poster child, captivating the globe. Beyond singing, Axl's a gifted creator. His songs weave profound reflections and raw truths, mirroring life's jagged edges. They're not just tunes, they're tales, anthems of a free-spirited age aching to break loose. Fashion, rock and roll as a way of life. Axl's style set millions ablaze with inspiration. Bandanas, leather coats, torn denim, and shades. He was more than a performer. He was a fashion beacon. His untamed, liberated vibe defined the 80s and 90s rock look, rippling through time to inspire anew. He even ventured deeper, partnering with top brands to craft Guns N' Roses stamped collections, blending vintage cool with modern edge, defiance with everyday wear. Pop culture. Axl's rise to iconic heights. Axl's presence stretches beyond songs and style, seeping into films, media, and the minds of generations. He's graced rock documentaries and movies, his performances hailed as timeless peaks in music's story. His spark has lit the way for others. Rock acts like Avenged Sevenfold, and My Chemical Romance, even hip-hop and pop stars, draw from his stage fire and lyrical depth. His name and image echo in films, TV, and games, a testament to his mighty sway in pop culture. More than a vocalist, a composer, or a star, Axl Rose embodies rock and roll's beating heart, bold, untethered, unique, and forever ablaze with fervor. That's what's crowned him a towering figure, a name etched eternally in music's grand saga.